This one is from AITA as well and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Telling My Sister That Her Husband is Having an Affair? I, 17 female, have a sister, 25 female, married to James, 38 female. This happened about a week ago. I was with my friend and we were having lunch in a restaurant. There we saw James with another woman. Normally, I thought this was his friend, but she was being very clingy. It looked like the two were on a date. The woman was whispering something in his ears. I felt disgusted. I wanted to confront him there, but my friend said to lay low and start recording so that we can have proof. We recorded everything. After leaving the restaurant, I went straight to my sister's place. I sat her down and showed her the video. Instead of crying, she got angry and started accusing me of ruining her marriage. She screamed profanities at me and said that I'm jealous of her. And it's not true. I always want what's best for her. I tried to explain my side and she kicked me out. I noticed that she blocked me everywhere. Yesterday, my mom came into my room and asked what I did. My sister was pissed off and told mom that I was trying to break up her marriage. I told mom everything. She was disappointed and said she will talk to her. I have not heard from her or James. My mom told me to not contact her now. My dad doesn't know anything. I just don't know what I did wrong. I was only looking out for her. I was trying to be a good sister to her. Top comment here. Sounds like the sister was already suspecting or knew something but decided not to act on it to save the marriage. And when OP showed the video, that was directly against that goal. You're trying to ruin my marriage equals your evidence makes my desperate effort to save the marriage more difficult. I could buy that. And that's possible. She wasn't ready to hear the truth, Rin. Yep. I think that's entirely possible. Is that she was in denial, like she already had an inkling, but had decided to be in denial, and this just put it right in front of her face where she can no longer be in denial. I get that, but the lash out against somebody who's trying to help you, and I guess that's a common thing too. If people aren't ready to hear something and somebody tells them they don't want to hear, there is an uncharacteristic lash out that happens. They will just lash out, or maybe they have an understanding and maybe he's not cheating. Maybe they have an open marriage and they just hadn't told anybody. And now this puts it out there and she's not ready for that yet. Either way, the only way I can think that she would get upset by being shown this at her sister for telling her as if she already knew in some way. If she already knew, she just wasn't ready to face it yet, or had convinced herself to make it go away. Or something, which isn't the right thing to do, obviously, but understanding that somebody's trying to do the right thing for you and then lashing out at them and saying the shit that she said, like, yes, I think she was just trying to get you to go away, OP. I don't think she really believes that you're jealous of her and you're just trying to destroy her marriage. I think in that moment, her emotions spilled out and she just wanted to repel you. She wanted to make the problem go away because she didn't want to face it. She wasn't ready to face it. You put it in her face, so she had to repel. And to do that was to just go for the jugular and say things that she wouldn't normally say, but they made you go away. And then she blocked you, so she wouldn't have to deal with it. Now your parents know, or your mom knows, which is going to be a different issue. So I don't know where it goes from there, but man, nothing. I say nothing is worse. There's plenty worse, but it sucks whenever someone you love is going through some deep shit and it's very difficult to try to talk to them because they're in the middle of that deep shit and their emotions are a freaking mess. And the way that they respond is going to be different than they're not who they normally are. Like an emotionally heightened or an emotion during an emotional blitz or a fugue state or whatever you want to call it. When your life's a mess, you're not the same person that you typically are during a stasis, right? You're not the same person. You're not going to respond the same way. You're not going to be your temperament is going to be different. Whenever you're going through shit, you're going to say and do things that aren't who you normally are. And hopefully OP, your sister comes back around, apologizes to you, thanks you for it. But it's going to take some time to get to that point. You got to let her process what's going on right now. And she's obviously not ready for it. So you're blocked. Just give her time. Give her time. She knows, obviously. And if somehow she didn't, she knows now. So just give her time. Let her process. I do not believe that was truly her feelings about you. And I do think that she'll come back around and hopefully apologizes for it if she has enough self-awareness to understand what happened and that she did harm to your relationship that she needs to patch. Hopefully she has the self-awareness to be able to do that kind of thing. It takes some emotional intelligence to get there, though, to be able to recognize that you're responding out of character. to be able to understand that your heightened emotions made you say things that you typically wouldn't say. I'm asking myself the same thing everybody else is asking, I'm sure of it. How did the sister and James meet? Because if it was they met because he cheated on whoever he was with before with her, she can't be surprised. And maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe she snagged a creature of habit and thought that he was done, and the fact that he's not is just too much for her to take, and she just wants to ignore it. Either way, she's in denial. Just give her time. You did nothing wrong here, OP. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all.